George, I think he's going to pass a hat round in a minute, isn't he, eh? Trying to collect a little bit of money. Let's see how Phil's getting on with his benefits.
Yeah, I will.
Actually, ostrich.
Ostrich, yeah.
OK.
Joking aside, it's very, very good for you. As John quite rightly says.
So how many times sort of month would you eat it, or is it
I've only ever eaten it twice in my life.
OK.
It's one of those meats where you really have to know how to cook it because it is so devoid of fat. You know, overcook it very quickly, in which case it can be horrible. You know.
Is that why, do you think, and John was talking about being in South Africa, they serve it with a lot of kind of fruity sauces?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And a lot of creamy sauce as well, don't they, John?
Sorry? We're talking about ostrich, and we're saying down in South Africa they serve it with quite a lot of fruity sort of type sauces.
Yeah, they do it with, I did have it with mango. I had it with, and there was like mango and there was orange, and then the sauce itself, you think it would be if you had a sauce like that, it would be what I call a biting sauce, but it was actually really, really sweet, and I would never think of putting a sweet thing with a meat.
Oh, I know, it's true, absolutely. A lot of people don't think that, but I think we've accomplished that a few times on the old programme. Phil, you're cooking it down with onions, garlic and what?
Just a bit of that, I'm going to seal it, and John hates peppercorns in any way, shape or form.
It's not your thing at all.
I'm going to just cook it up, Ains, keep it nice and pink. OK?
OK, and you do... What about the pastry there, Chef? What's that for?
That is going to be for my mango tart. The savoury tart's already in the oven. I actually keep the skin on mine because my kids love the skin. So I'm going to leave the whole thing whole.
Did it actually cook down, Phil? Did it go a little bit softer?
But also caramelised. So you can actually caramelise the skin and make them like candies. They're delicious.
OK, lovely.
Yep.
That's a nice idea, isn't it?
That's very good.
OK, 14 minutes to go now. Time's moving on. Are you quite a good cook at home? Are you the main man?
I'm the cook, yeah. And my partner, Scott, every so often he'll cook, but he just knows how to do spaghetti bolognese. But he does a good spaghetti bolognese.
They have one or two really great basic things, don't they? People who don't normally do
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny because sometimes when you come home, you're really tired and I don't feel like cooking, and he'll say he'll do that. And I don't say it very often, but I do appreciate it. Yeah. Very, very much, because it's the effort put into it. The love has been put into it.
Sure. And where's home? Because, you know, sometimes you spend a bit of time in America these days.
Yeah, well, home for me is the UK. I am a British subject, although I, have the two passports. But I was born in Britain and actually born in Glasgow. But my family's in America. My mom and dad and my brother and sister. But yeah, no, we have a home in Chelsea in London, and we also have a place in Cardiff. So I kind of spend my time
between the two. Yeah. It's quite interesting story about that. Because you were about 8 years old when you first went to America.
That's correct.
Was it leaving Scotland at that stage? Was it a bit of a shock for you? Or was it quite exciting? Or
I think for my brother and sister, it was more of a shock because they were in their teens. My sister was going to Glasgow University. My brother was going to be on Rangers junior team. Yeah. And for me, when you're that age, you go where your parents take you, and you have to trust in that. And I actually looked at it as a big adventure, and it was, because it completely changed my life. It changed kind of who I was, and gave me this kind of, I call it the American drive, really. And, I think I've got the best of the British, life in me, and I've got a little bit of the best of America.
Is that where the theatre bug came from, do you think? Just being out there and being, if you like, different, with a slight sort of soft Scottish accent, you stand out from the rest. They embrace that, the Americans.
Well, no, actually, they made fun of me. So I learned to speak this. I know, terrible, isn't it? You watch your finger, Phil. They made fun of the Scottish accent, so I then, as a defense mechanism, learned how to speak with an American accent. And the ironic thing is that since I've done that, anytime I guess it's just something that I probably should go to a psychologist to figure out. But I always speak American because I feel that I only speak Scottish with other Scottish people.
But it kind of gets you going there. I've been up to see Nick in Scotland, and suddenly the Scottish accent comes out even heavier. My wife's from Northern England, and when she goes back to Sheffield,
it all
comes out again. We just adapt, don't we? We want to make people feel
at ease. That's good, though, to adapt.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk again. OK, Chef, we've cooked that down. Tell us what you've got exactly...
Right, I've got onions and garlic in there, and I've got the ostrich, which I'm just cooking down now, Ains. So we use all the juices.
OK.
A little tiny bit of butter, probably, I don't know, a tablespoon, or just bring the whole thing together, what we call Monty au beurre.
Chef.
It's straight in there, Johnny. Straight in there, mate.
OK, and this is a curry with what?
This is like a sweet potato dry curry with mint, with a yoghurt and spices and cumin and lots of paprika in there as well.
This is going to be really interesting because...
You don't like chili?
I hate curry.
All right.
Now,
Sorry, Chelsea.
know. I'm all like I said. It's always good to adapt, and I am game to try anything because I've probably never had one that I've really liked.
Phil, you got any more potatoes there, mate?
No, exactly.
We'll see them later. Come on, let's get back down. Halfway already. Where's that 10 minutes gone? Let's get back down here, see how Nick's getting on.
Right, okay.
Okay. 10 minutes gone. Let's get back down here, see how Nick's getting on.
Right, okay.
Okay, how you doing?
It's going well.
Right, we've got the Thai green curry in here, so we've got lots of coriander. I'm going to get Denise to chop up some mint, actually.
Secret of the Thai green curry as opposed to just normal.
Lots and lots of fresh herbs, lots and lots of chilli in there. Actually, I'm going to add a bit of extra chilli.
And ideally, a little bit of coconut would be nice.
Well, I use just double cream and
Not
lime,
too much.
lime
He doesn't
juice.
like it too spicy.
The ears will be going.
too
The ears will be
spicy.
going.
A little bit of soy in there as well. A little bit of honey, just to balance the sweetness of the lime juice in there as well.
Okay, I want to know all about Nancy now. We've got to get into Nancy.
Yes.
What are you looking for? Do you have a favourite Nancy at the moment?
Do you know, it changes every week, and John...
quiet, you lot! I'm talking!
John Barrowman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it changes every week. And the thing is, some of the front runners at the beginning of the show, they've kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit now, and you've got other people coming through, so it's interesting.
When you got to that stage in your career when you were just starting out, do you think you'd have liked to have been part of a show like this? To be exposed on television in front of that many people?
You know what? If it was the only way that I could secure the role that I wanted, I definitely would have done it. Absolutely. My boyfriend was in theatre and obviously auditioned and wanted the role. I think if you really want the role, then it's worth it to do it. But, you know, you have...
Any dream will do. But he stood out, you see, the likes of Connie and Lee. Lee just stood out. You looked at the beginning, halfway through, you thought, oh, they're going to win. Because they had such presence, didn't they? They really commanded their space.
It's hard this year, though, because I think they're all really good and so different as well. It's just, you know, personal choice and taste of who you want to see playing the part.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's really good.
Brilliant.
But there's tears every Saturday night.
I know it, especially by you. You get all emotional just see you touching your eyes like this.
But it's not just that. When the little Olivers sing as well, when they're on stage, I look at John and he's like this, you know, tears in his eyes. It's very moving. What is he doing?
He's
John,
showing
you're
off.
really
He's showing
noisy.
off.
He's so noisy in the kitchen. Your little pinny suits you as well.
Lovely.
Good.
John, do you have a favourite Nancy?
Yeah.
If you had to choose just one, what would it be?
Have you said then? Who yours is?
No, I would never say. Not at this stage. I said there's three that I like.
I'll give you my three then. I think it will either be... I think my three would be Rachel, not in any particular order, Rachel, Jodie...
And Jessie.
And Jessie.
That's my three.
Well, I remember Andrew Lloyd Webber saying the ideal Nancy would be someone like Amy Whitehouse. Do you agree with that, guys?
Amy Winehouse, I also think, because I was thinking about the other day, Amy Winehouse, Adele, who's been storming the charts, I think she's a real sort of London girl. And also a little touch of Lily Allen, because she's quite feisty.
I just kind of... Last year when we did Joseph and we were given the brief and they said, find someone like a Justin Timberlake, the person that I fought to put through for the Justin Timberlake-y singer was voted off the first round. So when Andrew said Amy Winehouse this time, I kind of went, I'm going to look at what I think would be a good option for Nancy.
I think it's Andrew who said that at the beginning.
Yeah, Andrew said that. I don't think we
so
really know yet who Nancy is. And what's really interesting is how the audience is voting at the moment and how they're going down that journey with us. And they're basically telling us who they want for Nancy. That's what's interesting.
Well, I've got to say the audience is really going with you two because I've said it before to you, then. You and John have an amazing chemistry. Is this going to continue? Is there a possibility of another show?
What, of us getting married and settling down?
Impossible.
You might be stretching that one a little bit.
Wouldn't it be fantastic?
All I'll say is there's always something in the pipeline for Den and I.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always something in the pan on this show, and let's find out what's going on here. What have we got here?
Right, it's all been happening very quickly.
It smells so good.
Denise, could you get me a big spoon out of there? I'm going to get some rice into there, please.
I'll get you a metal one
toss that around. And I need some mint, and I need some coriander, and I've forgotten to cook the asparagus, but that's going to happen very, very quickly. Put 2 tablespoons of rice into that pan there, thank you very much. 2 tablespoons of that rice into that frying pan. Yep.
This is quite a large spoon.
Okay, that's fine. Two big
spoons. Yeah, that's it. 2 of those.
Into this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then pull that one into the middle. That's it. 4 minutes to go, guys. Put
4
this into the
minutes?
middle.
4 minutes?
Hold that.
You can't even put her makeup on in 4 minutes. Never mind, cook a meal.
And the chef will tell you what to do.
What do I need to do, chef?
Okay, stir that around. Spoon in there.
Stir what?
Stir the rice into the vegetables.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
I need some herbs in there. I need some coriander and some mint chopped up and added into there, please.
OK, I've got the coriander here.
I'm relying on you, Dave. We're slightly behind time here.
OK, no problem at all, Chef.
Don't panic. Don't panic. Remain calm.
I am panicking. I'm panicking wildly.
There we are, coriander and mint, in we go. Right. You give that a good old stir. Season up, then. Bit of salt and pepper.
How much time do we get?
Indeed.
Not very much.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. We've got that
think,
lovely little timbal there, if you like, of mango with all the lovely fish. Really, really looking good. Really exciting. Only a couple of minutes to go. Right, 3 minutes to go now, Phil. Are you all right there?
I'm not even going to tell you. It's so difficult. I'm standing on my tippy toes. It's so difficult.
John, you did a fabulous job, John. You did a fabulous job, mate.
Oh, look, how could you give him a job like that? Lovely. Oh,
He's
wrong way
mean,
round.
isn't he?
Here we are, mate. Bung this in. Here, try this. There you go.